We sit here today just one day after Sun Pharma has decided to acquire Ranbaxy, something which you sold to Daiichi Sankyo in 2008. How do you see this new turning of the tables and the company coming back to an Indian owner? How do you view the deal in the larger scheme of the Indian pharmaceutical industry, and what are your views on that?
I think there are really three key points on the development of yesterday as it emerged. One, I think inherently the value of Ranbaxy is far, far more than what is visible and what this transaction values the company at. The intrinsic value of that organization is very, very strong. It's a global brand, it's a global business, and it is a phenomenal company. Unfortunately, Daiichi Sankyo has not been able to run that business effectively. They've not been able to build upon the inherent strengths of that organization. And their management of the situation, as it turns out, as we look back over the last 6 years, has actually destroyed value in the company. And it has not been able to build on the momentum that the company had. And I think the last component of that is that today, I think Daiichi Sankyo exiting and selling that stake to Sun Pharma, I think Sun is clearly in a better position to be able to build on the strong base and foundation of Ranbaxy and to actually unleash that true potential that lies within it. So Sun and Ranbaxy coming together will be able to provide a huge value addition to both the companies because they're very strong, both of them are very strong companies. Now this question you asked about coming back to Indian hands, I think in business, when you look at it globally, let's not bring nationalities into it, because at the end of the day, business is global, business is borderless, and today we're living in a global village. So whether an entity is owned by an Indian company or a foreign company honestly doesn't matter, provided you have the right capability to add value and to create value for all stakeholders. That is, I think, what's most important for any organization. And in terms of the generic industry per se, whether it's in India or at a global level, we've personally believed that the consolidation game has been building for the last many years. I've said it 5-6 years ago that the consolidation will only increase. That is exactly what we've seen, and even over the next many years you will see a lot more consolidation happening in the industry globally, with fewer and bigger players emerging across the world.
Shivinder, your take on that?
Well, I completely agree with him. I think the expectation we had when the earlier sale took place was that Ranbaxy would go to a completely different level. We were expecting an international MNC coming into India, into Ranbaxy, would change the game and leverage the strength that Ranbaxy has and flourish it to a totally different paradigm. Unfortunately, the last 6 years really haven't worked very well from Ranbaxy's perspective, and I believe this is a second innings in that episode. And I'm pretty confident that with Sun Pharma, Ranbaxy will scale new heights, and as a merged entity will probably be much, much stronger for both organizations, and especially for Ranbaxy be a better run than it has had in the last 5-6 years.
See, because when we took a decision at a family level of selling that business to Daiichi Sankyo, it was not because we thought they were great generic players, because we did not need a partner or anybody else to be able to run that business on the generic side globally, which was the mainstay of the business. But it was driven by creating a hybrid model of bringing innovation and generics together and leveraging the capability of Ranbaxy and the science on the R&D side and the manufacturing capability to be able to transform the game in the pharmaceutical landscape of leveraging their innovation capability, Ranbaxy's generic capability, Ranbaxy's global presence, and their presence as an international MNC, of bringing it together, of combining that entity in two of those companies coming together. And that's what they wanted to do. That's what we believed was good for Ranbaxy as Ranbaxy continued its journey in the future. And that is the reason we chose to do it, because we believed it was in the best interest of Ranbaxy. But history has shown otherwise.